Today we're going to make hash brown cups. And we're going to start first with the gluten-free breakfast sausage. Okay, so for the breakfast sausage, I am going to do a double batch. So we need 2 pounds of raw lean ground turkey. I do 93%. Then 4 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. Now, not all maple syrup is gluten-free. So you want to get like the all natural. You can check the bottle, make sure it's just pure maple syrup. There are certified gluten-free. I actually use the log cabin kind and have never had any problems with it. So check your maple syrup. And then 2 teaspoons of sea salt. I use pink Himalayan sea salt. And then 2 teaspoons of finely chopped fresh sage. I'm sure you can use like the dried spices. 2 teaspoons of finely chopped fresh rosemary. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. And then half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. 4 teaspoons of ice cold water and 2 teaspoons of olive oil. The olive oil is for the pan. So I have the ground turkey here and our spices and our maple syrup. I am wearing gloves because I do not want to get all of this under my fingernails, and you just mix it up. Now you don't want to overmix because then that'll make the meat tougher. And again, you could always form these into patties and use them on a homemade breakfast sandwich, or you could do it like we're doing today and making it into crumbles. All right, now that that's all mixed, we will heat up our oil and cook it up. All right, now we're just throwing this into our pan with oil. It would be the same process if they were patties and you were cooking them immediately. You just form them into patties, and then you could throw them on, you know, a griddle, Blackstone, or frying pan. So we will get this all cooked up and use it for our next recipe. This would be good in omelets and again, patties on a breakfast sandwich. And it's pretty simple. Not all breakfast sausages that you get at the store or restaurants are gluten-free. They use thickeners and stuff like that. So this really is a simple way to make a healthier breakfast sausage, and they actually taste amazing. All right, sausage is complete. Now to move on to my final put together of the hash brown cups. Now that we're done making our breakfast sausage, I'm doing a double batch of the hash brown cups. So I am going to take 4 large egg whites and add them to a mixing bowl and whisk until they are slightly frothy. Now that they are slightly frothy, we are going to add our hash browns, ghee, salt, and pepper, and toss to combine. We are going to do 6 cups of frozen shredded hash browns, 4 tablespoons of ghee, 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, at least that's what I use, and 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Just check your hash brown bag or make your own and make sure that there's no wheat containing ingredients. It's crazy the amount of additives that companies put into hash browns, french fries, stuff like that. Things that should really just be potatoes. Like McDonald's french fries have like 16 ingredients. It's crazy. All right. We have our hash browns in there. And now we are going to add our ghee. Our salt and pepper. And it says to toss to combine. Just gonna mix it together because, you know, these are frozen hash browns and you're trying to incorporate the ghee into it. Tossing it isn't really going to do the trick. So we want to make sure that it's evenly distributed so you don't get, you know, a couple like real soggy hash brown cups. Don't want to do that. We want them nice and crispy. And while you're doing that, you can preheat your oven to 475 and grease your muffin tins. I like to use silicone because it makes it so much easier to just pop whatever you're cooking right out of it. Okay, now we're going to divide the mixture up into your muffin cups. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Because then what you need to do is press them into the bottom of the tin and up the sides. That way it kind of forms a little cup. It's not going to be perfect. Because then while these are cooking, we are going to make the egg and sausage mixture that we will be topping the hash brown cups with. So they should look a little something like this. Now that they're done, time to pop those in the oven. We are going to bake them at 475 for 18 to 20 minutes. So now we got 12 large eggs that we're scrambling up, and we'll use the same pan that we did the breakfast sausage in and scramble those up. Once they're scrambled, we're going to add the sausage to combine. And then when the hash browns are finished baking, we'll top the cups with the sausage and egg mixture and some shredded cheddar cheese and pop it back into the oven for approximately 5 minutes or until the cheese is melted. Okay, the eggs are just scrambled. And I so badly need new pots and pans. These ones I got when I bought my house back in 2006, so 20 years ago. They lasted pretty good. So I'm putting the just scrambled. I do it till they're just scrambled, so then they don't like get too rubbery overcooked when I reheat them throughout the week. So we're going to mix this up with our sausage. And then as soon as those hash browns are cooked, we're going to pull them out and we're going to top them with this and the cheese. Okay, now that our hash brown eggs are done with the first part of the cooking process, they're going to look like this. And we are going to top it with the sausage and egg mixture and cheese. So I got it all in there and pressed it down a little bit, and we're going to put the cheese on it. I measured out 3 cups of cheese. I don't see how we're going to use that much, but we shall see. Because I'm really packing these. Serving size is 2 cups, 2 hash brown cups each. Right, they are all ready to go back into the oven until the cheese is melted, probably like 5-8 minutes. And I did use all 3 cups of the cheese. I thought maybe my recipe was a little off, but apparently not. Okay, we just pulled them out of the oven and they look absolutely amazing. We will let them cool a little bit so then we can just pop them out and put them into our Pirates container. Now that our hash brown cups are cooled, we can just pop them right out, and that's what they look like. So good. And then we'll just put them in the Pyrex container as an easy grab and go in the morning. You can reheat them, or you could just eat them cold. I don't know. I got so used to being on the go that I tend to forget to reheat things. But these are super family friendly, kid friendly. And if you want to reheat them in the microwave, 30 seconds will pretty much do it. So you could have a nice hearty breakfast ready for you in 30 seconds because you did all the work over the weekend. Or you could always eat them as soon as they come out of the oven too. Enjoy.